Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special episode of Undercover Yogi Podcast. We're here today with Joe, who is a very good friend of mine, who is also in Isha, as an Isha meditator, as me and Justin and JD are as well. We met at the Save Soil event in London in March when Sadhguru was there a couple of months ago. And both got to sing together on stage, which was great, and that's kind of how we met. But this Friday, Joe and I, very excitingly, are jumping out of a plane for the Save Soil campaign to try and raise awareness about soil degradation and soil extinction. So if we could say a big hello to Joe. It's nice to see you, Joe. Nice to have you.
Nice to meet you, Joe.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to talk just very, very briefly about how you kind of got into Isha and how you kind of and what your journey's been like with that so far, because I know that you kind of is it last year that you kind of did your inner engineering and stuff?
Yeah, last March I did it, so it's been just over a year, and I think like 90% of people's stories, just come across this guy on YouTube and watch one video and then ended up staying up till 3 a.m. every night watching thousands, and then finally pulled myself together to do inner engineering, and since then it's just skyrocketed my involvement with Isha. There's been so much to do, volunteering wise. If you're there waiting to say yes, then they've always got something for you, and it's always something I've never done before that's out of my comfort zone. So yeah, I'm loving it.
It's awesome. That's so cool. I think it's one of the things, one of the things I find really like quite inspiring about you, Joe, is that the way that you just are a yes to everything. Like anything that needs doing, like, or anything that that wants doing, Joe's always the guy that will be like, yeah, like, of course, yeah, I'll do it. As to the point that I've stopped picking on him for things. Like if a job comes down, I'm like, I'm not sending it to Joe because I know he'll do it, and like I know that he's like a gazillion things this week. So I've stopped sending you tasks because I know you'll always say yes. But I really appreciate it that you're just a full-on yes, including to come in on this skydive as well. Can we talk a little bit about your meetup events in London and the stuff that you've been doing for Save Soil there, kind of in the run up to this? Yeah,
so it all started long ago, just in February this year, before Mahashivratri festival. I'm guessing someone from Isha's main team sent out a call to arms for a bunch of us to meet up somewhere in London, an iconic location. It happened to be the London Eye. They asked for a bunch of us to meet up and do some dancing to this new song which Sadhguru recorded, which is la 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 la, but it was so unknown back then.
Yeah.
So there was a WhatsApp group as per, and we all met up and filmed this video. My daughter was at the front introducing Sadhguru, saying welcome to London, and then it got played after staying up for hours. I saw it come on the Mahashivratri night, and that, even though that was before the 100 days of the Save Soil journey, that just pushed me into like, okay, it's on, the movement. So then after that, a few guys were meeting up and just casually, and then the event happened, and then I think everyone had this massive energy inside them, and so we thought, should we do something this Saturday, which was the week after the event, and it went well, and we've been doing it every Saturday since.
That's so.
And it's just.
And Joe, just one question. That event that you're talking about, that's the event that Sadhguru had in London.
Yeah, that's right. Which was the first event of the 100 days. So the kind of the blast off for Save Soil, which is where I met Anna, as she said. I was volunteering, setting up sort of around the event area, and then someone came up to me and said, can you sing? And I said, no, not really, but yes, whatever it is, I'm doing it. And then we ran through the song quickly, which I sort of knew, but they added some lyrics. And then and then a few hours later I was on stage. It was crazy. It still seems like a dream.
So It's so cool. Yeah, and how do you find when you're out in London, like since in all these Saturdays? I love, by the way, I love that Sadhguru came to London, and then like every single Saturday since, you've just been out talking to people about Save Soil. I think that's so cool.
Yeah, we don't want to lose the buzz.
That's so cool. What do people, how do people respond when you kind of are on the street? Because I see you guys on Instagram, I've seen you like loads of massive monuments outside Big Ben, Trafalgar Square, like places. Like what's the response from people generally?
Generally excitement. Some people think we're religious. We've had that before.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? We've got the t-shirt saying Save Soil, we've got banners, everything's, people still somehow miss it. But everyone we have a conversation with goes, oh my God, I never even thought about that,
Yeah.
Everyone you speak to is shocked and surprised. And at the same time, I think they're a bit taken back that we're not going against anybody.
Yeah.
I actually had an incident happen where we were singing and dancing on one of the London tubes, and as we're singing and dancing down the carriage, a man says, I'm pro petrol, I'm pro this and that, I'm against the ecology. He said, who are you against? And I said, no one. And he says, oh, go on then, give me a flyer. You just saw his mind switch, like, oh, that's weird, they're not fighting anybody. So that was nice, and it's really taught me to never judge a book by its cover even more, as the cliche saying says, because quite often you can, as you're out and about looking to speak to people or to engage with the public, it's so easy to think, nah, they won't be interested, but you really don't know. And maybe you're right, they aren't, but you can make them see it from a different perspective, and it's great. So generally the public response is great. You can't please everybody. Some people get a bit shook by all the dancing and singing. Some people join in and film themselves, and so it's a mixed bag. But generally it's been, for my experience, it's amazing. So that's all I care about.
Joe, I just got another question. So these meetup events that you guys are doing, are they like, are you guys setting up like tables and booths, or you just kind of have, it's like just an open area and you're playing the music and dancing and then just meeting people and letting them know about the movement?
Yeah, that's it. It's very off the cuff. It's just us and a speaker. It's gradually built up with like more people, and we have little pep talks like before, okay, us guys will dance here, you guys stand there and hand out flyers, and he holds the speaker, and that. But generally it's I was gonna say accidental, but no, it just happens, and it's really nice that way. Sometimes sometimes you can plan too much and then it doesn't work anyway.
For sure. Yeah.
And you can lose that kind of festival vibe. And so, but as I say, it's growing and growing. More people are joining in, becoming more organized and stuff. So we are looking to have stalls, both in markets and otherwise.
Nice one. I feel like on the subject of not really having a plan, this is something that you and I have seen eye to eye on in the past. Neither of us really go into any project with much of a plan and stick with the the sporadic vibe, which I feel like is what we've done, both of us, with the skydive coming up. We were just saying off air that neither of us has really done a lot to prepare for this. So, but I'm interested kind of in, I mean, we can talk about it together, like why we've decided to do it. I'm interested why you decided to do the skydive. What about it like appealed to you?
Well, first, before you guys go on to what's the date of the skydive, and where are you going to do it, and who are you going to do it with? Like, how's it going to happen?
Thank you. Yeah, it's the 3rd of June. So it's today is a Tuesday today, and so it's going to be on Friday. So yeah, 3rd of June, and it's in Salisbury in the UK. Which happens to be kind of where Stonehenge is. It's like on the kind of the south kind of coast. And we're going to be doing it in the morning, aren't we? About kind of, I reckon it'll be about a 9:30 a.m. jump.
It's a 5 a.m. or earlier wake up.
Yeah, it's going to be an early wake up. It'll be nice. Get all our sadhana in before we do it.
So there's a company that you're using to do it. You'll do like a tandem jump.
That's right. Yeah. So we're actually going with a company that specializes in first-time jumpers. That was kind of part of my thinking doing it, because like when I decided to do it, I was like, I'm going to do it. I want to do it with somebody who knows that I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing. So we got a kind of first-time jumper company called Go Skydive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. How many people will be jumping with you all? Is it?
Well, so it's now just going to be the two of us. I had somebody when I first kind of set it up, I had somebody immediately want to kind of join in, and they kind of dropped off kind of as the months went by and as it got a little bit closer. And then we did have a team of 3 for a while, but our third member recently dropped out as well, because I think the nerves got
the nerves.
So, yeah. So it's just me and Joe now, which kind of like, I feel like it's kind of nice. Like we spent a lot of time together writing the Safe Soil remix and stuff, and like we've got some nice videos of us like dancing around like maniacs in my garden and stuff. So we've got like a little bit of like a bromance anyway that I feel like we can like cling on to as we jump out of a plane together, like not really knowing what we're doing. A lot of people have asked me. My dad the other day was like, well, what's the link again? Like, why Save Soil jumping out of a plane? Like, what's the? And I was like, at the time, like when I kind of first thought of it, I was like, it's like a giant hug. Like I was like, that seemed completely to make sense to me. I was like, it's jumping out of a plane and you're giving the earth a giant hug, right? Like,
I get it.
What, hugging the earth?
Yeah, it's the biggest hug. This is what I was thinking.
Just don't complete the hug, like
right.
At full speed.
Exactly.
It's all totally new for me. I didn't realize we're going to land like a belly flop.
I didn't hear loud. With hindsight, when I started watching them, I was like, oh, I'm not actually going to be able to hug the earth. Like there is a protocol for how you're allowed to land.
Maybe a slight delay and then a hug.
Exactly. This is what I'm thinking. I'll be like, unstrap me. I'll be like, thank you so much, and then a hug.
Did they go through like what the process is? Like you show up at a certain time, and then what happens? You go what elevation or?
Yeah. So, do you want to? I don't know. Do you know all this, Joe, or do you want me to go through it?
No, I don't know what is going to happen
for you. Okay, so
I know we chose the highest jump, right?
We did, yeah. We chose the highest one that's legal in the UK. We've got 15,000 feet. So it's a minute of free fall, which will be just like so fun. I can't wait. And when you get there, you kind of do all your signing in stuff, sort out all your safety stuff, and they actually train you there. So they do all of your kind of tandem like skydive training on the morning of. And sort you out with like your harness and everything, and then you're introduced to your instructor, your kind of like your person that you're going to be jumping with. They take us up in a little rattly plane. I think I don't know, I think it will probably just maybe be the two of us. There might be some other people booked for that morning, but I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm going to be, if they let me, I'm going to wear my my Safe Soil stuff. Are you going to wear your Safe Soil stuff, Joe?
Yeah.
Nice
That's
one.
the plan.
Nice one. And then and then they're going to take us up in a little rattly plane for 15,000 feet, and then we're going to jump out and hug the earth and do our little Safe Soil bits on the ground.
They'll film you, or
yeah. So there's an extra person jumping who's going to film.
Okay.
Yeah, which is good. So, which is paid for. We pay for the company they do that for us, which is great. They have somebody that knows how to film in the air. So yeah, we'll get somebody to have us jumping down and hopefully not just like screaming the whole way. I'm hoping that it'll be kind of cinematically kind of good is my hope, but we'll see.
Are there y'all have any particular fears about doing this that seem to come back in your mind as you approach the date?
What do you think, Joe?
I just don't want to have too much fear. I don't want that. I would like to just gracefully be excited and then jump out, not have butterflies, and you got the fear, and have that split in my mind of don't do it, Yeah. But whatever happens. Yeah, the fear of fear almost.
Yeah.
But I don't have the fear, any other concerns,
Yeah.
What about you?
No, like I think kind of the same. Like I think I'm mostly just I'm scared of the idea of being scared. But I every time I think about it, like every time I actually think about like the going through the process of doing it, I just get really excited. And so I think that's kind of become my my way of getting out of like the scarediness of it. Like the idea of it is really scary, just kind of like jumping out of a plane, that's terrifying. When I actually think about like going up and like having my instructor and like actually jumping out of a plane and falling and feeling like I'm flying, then I'm like, oh, that's just so fun, that I kind of I kind of transmuted it into excitement. But I think, that said, you'll see me on the morning, I reckon I'll just be like white as a sheet. Let's do this, or I'll be super excited and just talk a lot. Like now I tend to talk a lot when I'm nervous. I'm one of those, like in horror movies and stuff, I just like natter, so I might just natter at you.
I think even if you're scared, they end up pushing you out of the plane, right?
Right.
Like not jumping is that an option, or they just?
I mean, you probably
you're
could.
jumping.
Yeah, you probably could. Like, I imagine you could back out at some point, but if you're sitting on the edge, like, I don't think there's anything. They say to look up, like this. I've seen they like, you have to put your head back. So
look up where to the sky.
Yeah, so that your chin is like back when you drop, so that you're not kind of like looking down and then just get like a face full of air when you go, like when you fall. It's so that like when you fall, you're like looking kind of forward, as it were.
Oh, there's not some science behind it, like palms upwards.
No, I think it's palms down, if that's of any
okay.
As far as I know, and like spread out a lot. Because we don't have like a whole lot of time left, I was wondering if you guys want to watch Sadhguru skydive together. As like Huh? You've never seen it? Oh my gosh, it's really good. Okay, I might just, let me get to the right place in it before I share our screen.
Do you know where he did it?
I'm sure he says
Go skydive in Salisbury?
I think in India. Pardon?
Go skydive in Salisbury, no?
I don't think he did it in Salisbury. Can you imagine? That would just be the best. You guys can see that, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's 1998. Okay.
Indiana.
Okay, let me know if the audio is okay when I hit start, yeah?
Then before flying, there was some time the pilot was just going around, seeing all their photographs and records and things. This club has been there for over 30 years and thing, and they have a good record and all this. Then I asked, how many have died? This is only 17. In the last 30 years, only 17 people. I said, okay, then today being 18, the chances are low. But it's possible. It's possible. Then the pilot comes late and he says, I'm sorry, and jumps into his suit and does all those things in such a rush. Then I wonder, the guy who's tying these knots, if he also has come late and tied it up in a hurry, then it's an issue. So you're jumping off without anything. Well, you have it on your back, but when you jump, you're just jumping off. So that last moment, will this open or not? Just one string. Strings attached, you know, only one string. Like this you should do, you can't pull it and test it, because if it opens up here, you can't jump. So you're not supposed to test it, you're supposed to believe somebody who's tied the knot and believe he's done it perfect. We do not know if he is putting the knot for the first time. 14,000 feet. A plane flies, usually it's a rickety old plane. When I went, the plane was making such horrible noises, it was easier to jump than stay in the plane.
Is the parachute out right now? Or?
There it goes.
It's a pretty soft landing.
Yeah. You look so happy.
Yeah, it looks like he's ready to go again.
He does, doesn't he? Let me turn that off. Yeah, that's, I see, watching stuff like that just makes me feel so much better about it. Like I just am just so jazzed and excited watching something, like especially watching Sadhguru do it.
Yeah, I don't like how he's straight in with the death count, but
Yeah,
you have to accept reality, I suppose.
this is true. You know what I said to my mum? I was like, every time I feel like, what if I die? I'm like, oh, but I'd go out such a hero. Like my ego loves the idea of that. Can you imagine? I'm like, oh yes, I'll die in a safe soil skydive.
Yeah. I never thought about it like that.
I've accepted it. I'm like, yeah, that's a good way to go. I can take that.
It will do absolute miracles for the movement, won't it?
Yeah, can you imagine? I mean, touch wood, let's hope that doesn't happen. But what were you going to say?
No.
Did you guys get the what were we talking about the other day? The safe soil tarp, the landing tarp?
Oh man, we did talk about, we didn't get it, did we? Like having like a, do you remember, Joe, we were talking about having like a massive tarp to land on, like a massive safe soil tarp.
Yeah,
We never
we
got
have to check
it,
this stuff out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get some people to join, to be our buddies,
Yeah.
to see us fall and whatnot.
That'd be awesome.
That would be good.
Guys, I have to shoot, unfortunately.
No worries.
No
It was
worries.
nice to have you. Thank you
Good
so
luck.
much. Talk to
Oh,
us.
good luck on
Thank
Saturday.
you, yeah.
I wish you all best of luck.
Yeah.
Same.
It's definitely boosted my excitement or anxiety. I can't tell which is which at the moment.
It's all the same stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll clear it all up on Friday morning. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
All right.
No, the hype is moving up. And yeah, thanks for having me on.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to seeing the video.
Yay. Thank you for being here, man. You take care.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.